Hi guys, it's Jessica here with some Dolly updates, some things I wanted to show you guys. Finally had another day off and I've been spending most of the day kind of hiding out in the dark with the migraine and it's still kind of hanging out there. But I really wanted to show you guys some things that I've been working on and things that I'm happy and excited about. Some things that I've been making. So I finished these pants that I had been working on for Gihern, and let's see if I can get him. I'll show you while he's sitting here. I'll show you. They do fit his butt pretty well while sitting. I wish that I could maybe get a little more of this gapping that occurs at the waistline. So I'm still kind of working on that. I still didn't quite eliminate that all the way, but I think that the I really like how the front turned out, and I still need to add in the little rivets too. So they fit him pretty good. They fit, and they're longer. The other pants that I had made ended up being just a bit too short, which looked especially funny when he was sitting because they just kind of came up too far. But I do think they fit his butt pretty good. And did something different with his pockets. So I'm really liking his look. Really liking how he's been looking. So, my last video was Dolly haul box opening, lots of dolls opening, and I sorted through some things, and I can't remember, I think I had shown some photos at the end, but I hadn't got them dressed and things like that. So, but this was my, that little Bunny 9 body that I put my Lily Cat head on, and so she's wearing, this is basically the same outfit. It's a Ryokan corset, which is just beautiful. It's definitely big on this body. Like her waist is like here. So this is a Minifee corset, so it doesn't fit this body very well at all, you can see. But I still think it looks okay. It just looks like a long corset on her, or part of this dress, the skirt that I'd made for her. These were the, a pair of the Bunny 9 shoes that I'd ordered with her, and I do think she looks pretty darn cute. So she's 35 centimeters tall on this body, which is pretty short. Definitely my shortest MSD, but I think looks really cute. And I changed out her hands onto the because she came with the fist hands on, so I had ordered these extra ones because I thought they looked a little more like mature. They're a little more elegant and more grown up. So, but I think she looks pretty cute with this. And then, so my Rumple doll Morpheo head, I'd gotten in his doll sheep hair body, and I couldn't put the head on because of the connecting system. It wasn't an S-hook, it was a different system that's only compatible with heads that are made for that system. So I had to change out and get an S-hook. And I, earlier this last week, I went to 3 different hardware stores to get the hooks that I needed, because I wanted to restring him. I needed to restring him. So let me show you, because this was a process getting his body the way it needed to be. These were some pants that I made him. I'd found this fabric last week, and I knew I knew as soon as I saw this fabric it was destined to become a pair of pants, and I had it like in my mind, the picture of these long skinny pants that he would wear, and I'm so happy with them. I think they turned out really good. They fit him really nicely. But anyways, it was not easy restringing him. If you're familiar with the Dalshi Pure Body, the way it works is that he has 3 strings. He has 3 elastics and no S-hooks. He doesn't have S-hooks in his feet, in his hands. The string connects through hooks, not hooks, but resin bars, I guess, that there's a resin bar across here. See, I put in an S-hook, but the elastic just went around this and in his feet. So changing anything, taking his hands or feet off, taking putting an S-hook on and changing the other system out was not possible without completely unstringing him. And I tried to untie the knots, but I couldn't, so I actually cut them. I actually had to cut them, which was okay because he needed to be tightened anyways. But like I said, I went to 3 different hardware stores, getting all the types of S-hooks that I could find, and none of them were quite perfect. I still had to do some like bending and warping on them. I used my my jeweler's pliers to bend them. And so it was a lot of work getting him restrung. So he still has the 2 strings. He has one in his neck. He has 2 strings that attach to the S-hook in his head, and then go down each side to each foot. You okay, Lola? What are you doing, baby girl? And then one that strings across to his hands. So it was not easy. But as soon as I was so happy, as soon as I got him on the body, it's absolutely perfect for him. I mean, it really, it's a very different body. It's a 70 centimeter body that's very lean and thin. And I have other 70 centimeter bodies that proportion-wise are just completely different. But he just fits it really well. And as soon as I put his head on here, I was just super, super happy with him. I think that he looks just really the idea that I had for him in my head and how I wanted him to look, and just kind of this kind of sweet, boyish almost look to him. I'm definitely pretty happy with it. So this is the wig that he's been wearing for now. And it was one that I had. I don't know, I'm not crazy about this stuff in the back, so maybe I'll trim it. But it actually does fit him pretty good. And I knew that I wanted a black or really, really dark brown hair color for him. So I do think it's not too bad. And it has these nice little curls that you can go along the sides so that it has a little more natural hairline. But isn't he freaking cute? He is just the dang cutest thing. He's very sweet. And he's been wearing this hat, which aren't great for taking pictures because a lot of times it hides their eyes. Yeah, I'm super, super happy with him. I think he turned out really good. I'd like to make him a vest similar in style to this one that I've made for Gahern. That's, let me see, let me sit down here. I made this, I have another doll that I'm going to show you guys here in a minute, but I tried to get some more corduroy fabric, and the fabric store, we probably can't see that. Can you see the lines on it? But the only brown hue, I have a dark brown and this beige, because I was out of my original brown. The only corduroy that they had in these earth tones was this stuff, and you can't see it, but the the lines, they're slanted, they're diagonal, I guess that's the word, instead of being straight up and down along with the weave of the fabric, they're slanted. So like here's a little vest that I made, little tiny little vest, and I'll show you the doll that I made this for here in just a minute, but you can see how they go different directions, and I don't love that. I don't love that, but right at the moment it's the only thing that I had. And the other thing was that it's stretchy. It's kind of like this stretchy material, so kind of annoys me, but that was my only option really. All we have is Joann's around here, unless I'm willing to drive like over an hour to the next town over, because I think Coeur d'Alene has a Hancock still, but I'm not going to go. There's never any reason for me to go all the way over there just for fabric, so I don't know. I'll have to make a trip one of these days, because I really missed my Hancock's. Fabric store was my favorite. I always got, that was my favorite fabrics always came from there. So, oh, the other thing was that he got a name. His name is Stefan, and yeah, I've been calling him Morpheo in my head for months and months while I was waiting for the head, waiting for the chance to buy the head, and then waiting for the head to ship. Came from the sculptor that lives in Spain, so that took like over a month for him to arrive. It was almost 6 weeks. It was a really long, but that seems to be typical whenever I get anything from Spain. But he's so cute, and like he's so light. Like he's a pretty big doll. He's 70 centimeter tall doll, and he feels like he's half the weight of Gurhern. So he has been hanging out with Akasha, because it was kind of my idea that they would potentially, I still don't know what their relationship is exactly, but she ended up getting these fangs just like pretty much the day that she came home. Somehow she had to have those. So they've been sitting and hanging out together a lot, and I still don't know completely what their relationship is about, but I think they look rather cute together. And she's about a 60 centimeter doll, probably more like 57 Delft size. She's a small SD, and my thoughts initially when I got the Morpheo head in was that I was going to put him on a boy Delft body, but then I ended up getting an opportunity to get a Dolce Pure body, which I still think that could be a really cute hybrid. He would look probably even more boyish and young because the head size would be bigger for the proportions of the body. I don't know, so I'm kind of learning about them, and really enjoying. So everything that he's wearing and everything that she's wearing clothes-wise are things that I made, and I'm kind of happy and proud about that. I think I mentioned it in one of my recent videos or someplace. I was looking on my Instagram to see like when my first like sewing project that I started, where I actually like used my sewing machine, got a pattern, and it was February last year. So it's been not quite a year that I've been actually like working on sewing. And then of course I recently got my new sewing machine a couple months ago, a month ago, and so I feel like I've accomplished. Sometimes I look at things and I'm like, well, I haven't finished this and I haven't done that, and I'm like, hey, I've only been doing this for a year. So I learn new things all the time. I'm still very much learning how to sew, different techniques. Everything I learn is from reading or watching something on YouTube. Never had any classes or anything like that, which I would like to. I wish I could do something like that. That would be something a little more formal, but you know, adult life, adult responsibilities, and this is a hobby, so I think I'm pretty happy with the progress that I've been making. So, okay, I want to show you latest girl. Not really a new girl. So she was a girl who just came back from a face-up recently and had been waiting for her body. And I'm still unsure of a name for her. I have some kind of going around in my head. But I'll get her here. So here she is. This is my Minifee Sion elf head, elf Sion head. So she's got the elf ears. I think she was an event head back in 2012, if I remember correctly. And I recently had an opportunity to acquire one of these heads and sent it to a Tilly for a face-up, which is still like, it's just an utterly amazing, beautiful face-up. But her body finally came in. It's an old Fairyland moe body. Is that? That's how I've heard people call it. It's M-O-E, like Mo, but I guess it's pronounced moe body, moe. And I love it. I love it. This, I got to know it really, really well because I had to put it together. She came unstrung and I had to put her together, which was very difficult, but I love this body. My first Minifee was a Minifee Celine on the A-line body, the old one. I got her, she came in, I ordered her the fall of 2014. She was one of the first dolls, one of the first ball jointed dolls that I bought. There was some, I get mixed up which ones were first, and then because they came in at different times based on when they were made and stuff. So I think she actually arrived January of 2015, something like that. Was my A-line body girl, and I could not understand the fuss about Fairyland bodies. Like I did not get along with that body. That body didn't do anything that I wanted it to do. And I ended up trading her for a Lily Cat, and I no regrets there because that body and that doll just did not work for me. And I really wish that back then, though, I had gotten the moe body instead, because the difference is night and day. The poses that I've been able to get with this body, she poses the absolute best with no shoes on, but I'm just amazed, like this is a doll that I don't think I really have any dolls like this where I can just like put her up on one foot and just pretty easily get her to stand. See if I can get her to do it. Of course, when I'm on camera, I won't be able to. So definitely a big fan there. There she is, standing on one foot. So I'm totally in love with her. She came with, these are the hands that she came with, and I guess that they are the number 9 hands. And I have another pair of Minifee hands that are in the normal skin. And I thought, oh cool, I already have some hands for her. And I went to go get them out because I haven't looked at them in many, many months, and I got them out to look at, and they're the same. They're the exact same hands, which is like, dang it. So I do have 2 pair of Minifee normal skin hands, but they're in the same color. I have lots of different colors in the tan. For a while there, when I got the tan Minifee body, I was collecting any hands that came up on the second-hand market. I was collecting them. So I'll probably start getting on the lookout for more hands for this girl too. and her little feet are freaking adorable. So these are a pair of the Bunny 9 boots that that came with my Bunny 9 body, and they fit her perfect. They fit her wonderful. She couldn't wear. I was curious to see if she could wear the jeans that I'd gotten with the Bunny 9 body that I bought with them. They don't fit her though. So, but the shoes do. The shoes fit. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm super happy with this girl. And I think the Bunny 9 body is really adorable. I really like how she looks on this body. I think it's really cute. But from a posability perspective, she's 35 centimeters and she's 38. I think that, and it's not like I can't do that at another date, but I spent the money on this white body. If I could, at a future date, I could really see myself getting and wanting a white Moe body for her. This is it's single jointed in the knees, double jointed in the elbows, but it's definitely has a much more childish appearance. The Moe body does not fit my Raukin Minifee corsets. Well, it does, but it's very long, and it's the same situation here. So kind of a little tiny bit bummed about that. That was one of the first things I did, was put one of my Minifee corsets on her, and it just made the body look out of proportion. So I made her this dress. And so that was one of the things I really wanted to talk about. I actually like the back, so I wanted to show you the back. So this dress pattern, this is a dress pattern that's on Etsy. I already forgot the name of the shop, but if you just go on Etsy and you search Minifee dress pattern, boom, this is like one of the first patterns that come up. It's very nice. It's a very nice pattern, but it was $18 and some change, like probably the most expensive pattern I've ever gotten. And I had been looking at it for quite a while, kept looking at it, and finally decided to go ahead and buy it. And I'm glad I did, because it is a really good pattern, and I learned a new technique with cutting, basically drawing the pattern right on the fabric, cutting around it, and then sewing on the lines that you draw. I'd seen people do that, like people show their works in progress photos on Instagram, and I've seen that. I didn't understand it though. Like I didn't understand how that concept worked, and this pattern explains that and how to do that, and that's how I made this vest, which this vest is meant to go with this, and it does look cute on her. It's also, this doesn't fit her perfectly, because it is meant for, the pattern is a pretty close fitting pattern, the bodice, for an A-line Minifee girl with the cutie bust, which is the smallest bust. And I guess Moe girls, you can't even get Moe girls with that bust, which is too bad, because that's probably the one that I would get. But I do like hers. Actually, I was pretty surprised. That was one of the things I was worried about, because I'd always heard Denali Wind kind of be unhappy with the bust on her Minifee girl, and I think that her girl had the biggest one, the glamour bust, which is crazy. This is the next one down. So the Moe girls only have the two bigger bust sizes, the D, is it called a D bust or large bust, and the glamour bust. So this is not the glamour bust, this is the next one down. And I think it's not too bad. Like, it's not too balloony, and it does have like a nice, like more of a natural look. Not this pushed up, like it's in a push-up bra look. But anyways, I made this vest to go over this, and I'm not sure, I meant it to be undersized, like, so it's not meant to close all the way. It's meant to just be kind of this little cardigan over vest for this dress, because I felt like it was a little too plain. I'm not sure if I actually like it that much, but it would fit my Yoasdi or Blythes. It would fit them too. So, but after I made this dress, I wanted to try it out, and I like it. I like this technique for the really, really small things, because then your line is exact. Like this is how new I am to sewing. There's so many things I don't know. I'm just blundering my way through. But I finally, like, I've made quite a few dresses. I made a lot for my Blythes, and I made some other dresses, and I didn't know how to do the lining on the bodice. I was always kind of fumbling through that part, and I would look at other things that I had that came lined and try to like reverse engineer it. And this pattern went over that more on, and now I know more how you do that, because that was really confusing to me. So anyways, I would recommend this pattern, especially for new sewing people, because it has a lot of, it's really well explained and lots of pictures, and so it's just the bodice and the dress, the skirt. I added the ruffle. The ruffle was and she has some suggestions in the pattern for different things you can do. You could do pin tucks. I would like to do the top with some pin tucks, and maybe do a panel in front with pin tucks and some lace. So it's a good pattern. It doesn't fit her perfectly, and that's why the back I had to slant it. It hardly meets up here because of her bust, and then I had to overlap it a lot back here. But I think that I could figure out how to make some adjustments to make things that fit her a little better. But like I said, I am super, super loving this body. Like I said, if I had it to do over again, I probably would have tried to get a white skin Fairyland Moe body for her too, because I really like it. So if you didn't know already, these bodies do fit the Bunny 9 shoes, the 99 style brand, Bunny 9. So I had bought these. I wanted to show you these. She was wearing these for a while before I realized that she fits these Bunny 9 shoes. I have like all of these. I bought a bunch of these. I bought a bunch of Moe line Samomo shoes because I'd done some measurements, and I thought that they were going to fit my Neela and her sister Elowen. I thought that these shoes were going to fit them. They're way too wide. The length is pretty good, but they're way too wide, so they don't fit. But these were the only pair that I could find. I have a bunch of the boxes, so I don't know what happened. I had a red pair, I had this really pretty like pearly blue color pair, and then these ones, and these are the only ones I can find. But this girl, she actually has quite a few shoe choices. The feet are, so my first experience with a Moe body was my Feeple 60 Moe, and to me they just look like scaled up, scaled down versions. They have these little chunky feet, and so here's a question that I had. If I order some Fairyline and Minifee heeled feet, would they fit her? Would they fit on her? That's something. This part is part that bothers me. The magnets in the hands. On the Feeple 60, it has the magnet in the hand so you can take them off and on, but it has like a little locking, like it kind of locks in place. This doesn't have that, and like I'd be super paranoid, and it's not the strongest magnet. Like, and I do remember this now. I remember just really hating that with my my A-line body that I had, that I ended up trading for a Lily Cat, because they just wouldn't stay on. They just fell off too easily. The feet are mag-on too, which isn't quite as bad. It does make me worried that if I took her someplace or somewhere that I might, you know, lose her hands or feet. At the same time, it is really nice for dressing her. It's really, really nice. Man, I love that. I really liked that with the Feeple 60. She's up there. Amelia's up there. Really, really like that a lot with the mag-on hands and feet. Not the feet so much, but the hands. It really does make dressing them a lot easier. I do have my Minifee boys that have that. My tan body, the hands don't fit perfectly because I bought different ones. I can't remember which ones are the original ones he came on, but they have to kind of cram them on. So, which is, like, some people get upset about that, but I like it because they stay on better, so kind of cram it on a little bit. So, and then my normal skin Myrrh, he actually has elf doll hands because his original ones were broken. So that's how he came to me, was with the elf doll hands, and I like them, so I haven't bothered. I like them because they're bigger hands. They look more masculine. So, but they stay on good, is my point. They stay on good. So this part, that's the one downfall I would say of this body, is that the hands don't stay on the greatest. And I've heard of some people like gluing them on, which I don't know, maybe if I was going to take her to a doll meet or something, maybe I would like hot glue them just temporarily so that I wouldn't lose them. But I'm just super happy with this girl, and I did have a bit of frustration getting her together, and I was busy with work, and I've been sick, so it took me a while to get her together, and I didn't want to show her until I had her looking. She didn't have anything to wear. The corset looked funny on her, and I wanted to show her looking as good as possible. But I'm pretty much in love with her. One of the names that I'm considering is Siobhan. I have a Seamus, a Siobhan, and those are like, Seamus and Siobhan are like my two like favorite Irish names. So I don't know, I might just go with that just because they're names that I like, and it'd be nice. I don't know if they will be brother or sister or what the deal would be. I mean, she's got the fairy ears, so I don't know much about her story or who she is yet, but I just like her a whole lot, and sometimes that's okay too, so. All right, I think this video is super long. What else did I have to talk about? Let me check my little list here, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, I think that that's a lot of the stuff. If anybody wants to trade a white skin Bunny 9 body for a or even do a partial trade, because I think I can't remember how much this body was, but anyways, I hope you guys are all having a great Monday, and glad that I got to feel better enough to at least share some dolly stuff with you guys, and I'll talk with you later. Bye bye.